They're both dead. Welcome back to a very random video. This is two very small, well, very small, small-ish form factor HPs from about 2002, 4, something like that. One of them is a DC7600, one is a DC7100. Both of them are dead. And this is very annoying because I bought them both to fix each other. Because they're £15 each from different sellers and completely separate things. And one had signs of power supply failure, and the other one had signs of memory problems, and there looked to be some corrosion on the motherboard. So I was like, okay, great, I will just buy both, and then take the working power supply, and the working motherboard / RAM, and then we have one that works. Turns out, they both have failed power supplies. And both show completely different symptoms, which is even weirder. Like, they both do different things, but they're both dead in this, what I think is the same way. And if you swap the power supplies, I tried lots of things, it's weird. So, first I should show you what they do. So I'm going to line this camera up so that you can see the front of the towers. Well, the half towers, I suppose. And I'm going to plug them in, one at a time. And I'm just going to press the power button just to show you what they do. Currently, I think one of them doesn't have any RAM in it, but that is the least of our problems. So I'm going to start with the one on the bottom. The one on the bottom is the DC7100, so the older one. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. It gives 9 beeps, which, according to the documentation for the computer, basically says power supply is dead. So that was the one that was obvious. This one, the seller originally said it had 5 beeps, which is a memory issue. When I got it, it does absolutely nothing. So I don't know whether the seller was lying or whether it broke more in shipping. It was £15. I couldn't be bothered to chase that problem up. So essentially, we have 2 dead HPs. This one also has like a weird capacitor charge noise when you unplug it. So, ugh. But what arrived today is power supply. So we are going to attempt to get one of these to work. I would like the 7600 to work because it's socket 775, it's DDR2, it's just a bit newer. The 7100 has socket 478 DDR1 memory. It's just worse. It's also in worse condition physically. So that's what we're going to try and do. But I will, if I put the power supply in the 7600 and it works, I will just test the power supply in the 7100 just to confirm it is power supplies in both cases, so then I can get another power supply in the future, maybe. So, move the 7600 over here for a second so I can move things around. So, power supply, move the 7100 because we're just going to pretend that doesn't exist for the time being, and we're going to focus on 7600. So, these come apart really, really easily. If you've never worked on one of these HP systems before, they're great. So, my bigger 7600, which you've seen in the Hackintosh video, literally is like 2 clips, pops open, everything's toolless. This is the same. Unscrew one thing at the back, no screwdriver, slide the top backwards, and the top just comes off like that. And immediately, you're greeted by green handles. These are brilliant. All of these things are designed to come apart super easily. So you put a slider on the front. It's quite hard, sometimes apparently. The disk drive is supposed to come out. Come on. Oh, bloody hell. The disk drive is supposed to come out. We'll try it again in a second. It's a bit stuck. We need the disk drive to come out so I can unplug this. Why is it stuck now? It wasn't stuck before. There we go. I need to pull the unlock tab first. Helps if you read the things. So the slim disk drive comes out, which then allows you to pull these two tabs. No, it doesn't. That comes off first, which is the little riser board for the disk drive. Then you pull these two tabs, which pulls the front out, which is currently stuck. There we go. There are two cables connected to the motherboard, but we actually don't need to remove them because we don't need to take the whole thing out in this case. Although I might just do it anyway, because there's also no hard drive in here at the moment. So there's the fan header and the power button / speaker header or something, and that literally comes off as one big piece. There is a hard drive in the 7100, so I could take the hard drive out of that to put in here. Should we do that? We'll check that the power supply, this was worth it in the first place. The power supply slides like forward slightly, and then you can tilt it up like this. The CPU header is over here, next to, shocker, the CPU. And then underneath the power supply, if I try and turn it to this camera, there is the 20 or 24 pin, I'm not really sure what it is, connector underneath, which just pulls up. That's it. There's literally 3 wires. SATA, CPU, motherboard. Like super, super, super easy. So we're going to grab the replacement power supply, plug it in, see if it works, and then we'll do hard drives and other things. So I'm going to do the opposite. Slide it under. Drop the 24 or 20, I haven't actually counted, connector into motherboard. We're going to pop it underneath the lip. There we go. Slide it back. We're going to go. There we go. Slide it back. SATA and CPU, which I've got a little bit twiddled. There we go. CPU power cable in. There we go. Right. What we need to do now is plug the power button back in, which I can't actually remember how it is connected. Do I need to put this all the way back together? No. So the power button presses through the front. So we should actually, at this point, be able to check it works. So I'm going to plug a VGA cable in, just so if it does display something, we can see it. Can you see the display? Kind of, enough. Right. Cross your toes, everybody. Try not to electrocute myself. Power button. We have a blinking red light, which I'm going to guess is memory related.
Nope.
For now. The monitor is also actually not plugged in, so that was an oopsie. So let's unplug this for a second. Where's my... Wait, hang on. This is the monitor power cable. Where's the other one gone? What am I doing? So the monitor's actually just not plugged in right now. Hang on. Plug this back in. There we go. What RAM is in here? 1 gigabyte. Is this the same memory? This is a different 1 gigabyte stick. I'm just going to put it in a different slot and just to eliminate multiple problems at once, just so we can attempt to get its post. So pop that back in. There we go. It also might just be it doesn't like having the top off. I have no idea if this has any sensors or anything funky like that. I really don't know. So we're finding this out together. Where did I put the power cable? There. Power cable, power cable. Right. Plug it in. Power button. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No! Why is it 9? And it's not beeping because the power supply is, the speaker's not plugged in. What? Why is there a power supply issue? What? What? That's what? That's so... What the fuck? I literally don't understand what. Let's just pop it back out again. Because I'm pretty sure that means that there's a voltage issue, which makes no sense because the power supply I think is 100 to 240 volts. It has all of them, so there should not be a problem. But there is a problem, clearly. Why is this not coming out? Hello? CPU connector. Thank you. Ow. Let's just check underneath of the power supply. Because I'm pretty sure... Oh my god, this is dead. Where's the label? On the side, right. Input, yeah. Don't know how well this is going to focus. But you can see that, look, 100 to 240 volts. So it's not like this is a US power supply and I nearly blew myself up. Like, we should be good. So, that suggests it's not the power supply. And now I have 3 power supplies. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Right. That's annoying. Should we put the power supply in the 7100 and see what happens? I'm going with yes. Because maybe this board is fried. I don't know. So let's put it back together. I won't plug anything in. I'm just going to stick the original power supply back in so I don't get confused about where things are. So that's the original power supply. Which I'm going to have to plug in, otherwise it's not going to fit. Oh, it should be fine. It's just being stupid. Right, there we go. Come on. Slide in, you bastard. Bruh. What are you getting stuck on? There we go. Right. Original power supply back in. Put the front back on. Not even going to plug it in. Just stick the front panel back on. This is interesting. Click. That bit. So this still has the 9 beeps, even with a different power supply, so who knows. That on there. Disk drive back in. Pop the top back on. Okay. Let's move this out of the way then. I mean, could it be the fact I'm plugging it into a power bar? Like, that would make no sense if 3 of them don't work for the same reason. But it could be something. Now, brilliant. So apparently, even though they're designed to stand on their end, they don't. Okay, here is the 7100, which is in worse condition, but that's fine. So, as you can see, the insides are slightly different because, as I said, this is older. So, disk drive release mechanism is slightly different, and in this case, the catch is broken, so that's how that comes out. Up, front panel. This one has a hard drive. So, unplug the hard drive. Unplug the CPU power cable, which is even harder to get to in this one because the shroud cover's even bigger. And apparently the cable's even shorter, so it's even tighter. Brilliant. Come on. Ugh. Bastard. Why are these all built like impossible finger spaces? Click it. Click it. There we go. Slide. Lift. Oh, that's because they're like literally all twisted. That's my fault. Right. Out. So that is another dead power supply, to my knowledge. So again, we're going to take the new one, plug it in, drop it into place, slide, VGA, go in, CPU power, plug the hard drive in, because if it does turn on, that would be fun. Hard drive, keyboard just in case it cares. 3, 2, 1. Power. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Let me at him!
I don't understand what the problem is. I mean, I could try plugging it into not a power bar, but if that is the problem, that's weird. Okay. Well, having the monitor's not helped anyway, so I'm with the monitor, that's fine. So plug it into the wall, directly into the wall. Try again. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is the new power supply also dead? Very probably, is the conclusion. Brilliant. Well, that was a waste of time and another £10. I mean, it is very unlikely, but it is possible that, like, both power circuits on the motherboards are fried, so the power supplies are fine, and they, like, I don't know. I don't know. And I do not own a power supply tester, so I cannot, like, prove anything. I mean, these probably have, like, some bad caps somewhere, but whether they're on the motherboard or the power supply. I had a look at the motherboards, and none of them seemed, like, crazy. There's no, like, leaking, bulging disasters, but I could be wrong. I don't know what to try now. I really don't. Can this... Fuck... Jesus. I hate CPU power connectors, especially when they're wedged in these stupid places. There we go. It clicked. Come on. Let go. I'm not breaking off the motherboard. Oh my god, there we go. Jesus. Right. That's such a shame.
Aww.
If you know how to, check this, that'd be really helpful. There's one more thinking which I have, which is if this motherboard connector is the same as the bigger DC7600, I could try that power supply just to basically, does it work? Obviously it wouldn't fit, but if it would plug in, I could try that. Like, there's no sign of fire in any of these power supplies. All three of them look fine. Clearly, they are not. Well, I didn't give up. I bought a third power supply. So, attempt number a lot, essentially. So, I'm going to move this out of the way and put it literally on the other side of the room so that I know that that is the alive one. That is the one that should be working. Now, which one do we start with? Let's start with the better condition one, because neither of them work, so if one of them's going to work, I want it to be this one. Right, screw, slide, lid off. Thankfully I've done this so many times now I know exactly how they come apart. Eject the disk drive, preferably enough that I can actually get it out. There we go. Disk drive, plastic debris flip, front panel, forwards, slide. Now we should be able to get the power supply out, which I didn't even plug back in last time because, funnily enough, it's dead, so there wasn't really any point of doing that. So, slide, lift, bye-bye. Power supply numero 3 / a lot more. In we go. Motherboard power. It feels like it didn't go in all the way. But I can't get out again, so, okay. Drop. In, slide, CPU power, in, push. That's enough to test. So, power cable, power cable. Now, the problem with this right now is the Apple Cinema display does not have VGA, so we're going to have to do this in a bit of a janky way. I'm going to slide this slightly out of the way. Then I'm going to put the Dell monitor there. I'll move the camera in a minute so you can actually see what on earth is happening. The power cable's just going to have to sort of dangle across everything, because I have nowhere else for it to go right now, so it's just going to have to reach there and hope for the best. VGA plugged in. Right. You can see enough of the monitor to know if it's going to work or not. 3, 2, 1, power. 3, 2, 1, button. The button can't be pressed because I haven't put the front back on properly. Hang on. The fan spun. It's blinking. And it's still blinking 9 times. Oh, well. Yep. It tries. It tries harder than the last one did. I'll give it that. Should we try it in the other one as well, and then just chuck it all in the skip? I think that's where this is headed, is a skip. Okay. Let's try that then. So, power out, VGA out. Take this power supply out again. Oh my god, these connectors, man! Absolutely ruining my fingers. Jesus. Let go. For the love of God, let go. Oh, Jesus. Right. That's the latest attempt. We now have 4 power supplies, and none of them work. Right, I'm going to put this back together, because otherwise I'm just going to run out of space, because there's going to be power supplies everywhere, so we'll just stick that in there. The front's already on, so this back in. That back in. And this back on. Move this out of the way. Here's the other one. Lid off. Disk drive out. Plastic thing out. Front panel lift. Power supply out. Is it plugged in? Yeah, that's going to be stuck in there, isn't it? Oh, good. Power supply out. Power supply. In. 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 Plug the hard drive in for reasons that I don't understand. Front panel, please. Front panel, VGA, power, switch on the power. Yay! I honestly just can't believe the likelihood of that happening. What are the chances of 4 dead power supplies? There has to be a motherboard problem, so if anyone has any ideas, please let me know, because I don't even know where to begin with that kind of diagnosis, so we're a bit stuffed.